Hey, everybody. It's just me again. No big deal. Um, I'm going to give some credit where credit is due. Everything that I do today has a lot to do with two individuals. It goes back a long ways. And if you guys want to blame it on anybody, I'm going to tell you, not their names, but I'm going to tell you who the hell to blame it on. Because of who I am right now, other than Jesus. Let's put it like this. Before in 1999, wait a minute, no. What year was it? Okay, in 1999, I was partying like it was 1999. We were being told, oh, Y2K, it's going to take out all the computers because we didn't set the computers up to go past into 2000. That's what they told us. People, we don't know what's going to happen when the computers switch from one century and go into another century. You know, we built these computers in the 1900s, and we didn't think they would last, or I don't know what kind of bullshit they were feeding us, but they were feeding it, and they were feeding it hard. All the power could go down, all the computers could shut down, the banking systems, all this shit, powers, water, everything on computer. Now back then your cars weren't computerized. They might have had a small computer for very little shit, but they ain't like they are today. We're talking firing orders and shit at the most. I didn't give two shits about what the government was doing. Where the government fucked up. And make no mistake, folks, it wasn't no cave dweller from Afghanistan or some oil baron from Iraq that had anything to do with 9/11. I know what you've been told. I know what I was told, but I didn't believe it. I didn't know what to think on the morning I woke up and that was happening. Matter of fact, I saw it on the news and I hollered in at my wife and said, oh shit, when the second plane hit, supposedly. Or no, it was the first plane hit. I seen it was on the news. And just like they wanted me to be watching it, watching that news channel. When that second plane hit the building, that was the convincing part. That planes were involved. That was the most convincing part for most people. The first video was a small plane, was a fireman on the ground. Supposedly they were there for another reason, a heart attack or whatever. And they were not far outside of the first tower that got hit. And there was, they were saying how we were here on this, and all of a sudden this plane hit the building. And they pointed the thing up, and there was a small hole in one side of that tower. And they were even claiming it was a Cessna, small plane, not a commercial plane. Start seeing that. And then my son and my nephew brought a few things to my attention. And one of the things they brought to my attention was a video of the second plane hitting the building. Now, inches before it hit not inches, feet before it hit the building. There's a video that came up online somewhere that it had a bright light flashing underneath that plane like it sent a missile off. Then it showed a few clicks later the missile hitting the building right before the plane did. Right before the plane. My nephew and my son showed me that video. That night, it was at night. We all went to bed. My wife was already in bed when they showed it to me. We all went to bed, and my nephew went home. Right? He might have been living with us at that time. I don't remember. Because he did live with us for a little while. But anyway, the very next morning, I had this shit saved on my computer where this video was and everything. I told my wife, I said, come and check this shit out. She goes, all right. She comes over and I got it. I got a good computer at that time. I was going to college and shit. I might have even built that damn computer myself. I don't remember. But anyway, we go to run that damn video and it says it had been taken down. I'm like, all right. So we start hunting. All three of us. You can't find that video nowhere. Now, whether that was a real video, whether there was even a plane involved in them towers coming down, I don't have a clue. I wasn't there. I can only go by these TV, or these 2D, I should say, not 3D. Videos that I've been shown. And the second tower that got hit looks like a production. I never seen a video of the first plane that hit the first building. So I can't tell you what it looked like. But those two is why I have done what I've done over the years. Since then. And, people, I started I just wanted to tell people what I knew about. And so I started on a MySpace. Wasn't there very long. People started telling me about Facebook. Then I went to Facebook. By the time it was done and over with, I had 7 channels. In my real names and in fake names. By the time I decided to get off, most of the stuff on Facebook I was doing photos of, or most of it was just text. or stuff I was typing in with photos or whatever. Wasn't no videos. Once I started realizing I could do videos, I went to YouTube in 2015. I started the Watachi Running Free channel. Now, this damn channel, folks, I had it, and there's people that'll tell you this. My son's one of them. I started it in 2015. By about 2016, I had very few subs. 17, I had maybe 20 subs. By 2018, I had like 34 subs or something. It took about, I think it was 2018 or 2019. Somewhere something happened. And me and my son started flipping out. I went from 34 subs, it bumped up to like 75 subs overnight. I was telling my son, oh shit, look at this, man. I went from 30, I almost doubled my subs in one night. And me and him's kind of looking at it and saying, shit, I don't know what happened. We started watching it. Boom, man. One night I got up, I had 200 subs. Another night I had 50 more subs. I jumped up within probably a few weeks. I went from like 34 subs to 500 subs. Within a couple of years, I had over 1,000 subs. I got that mark. And then I got over 1,100. I got all the way up to 1,140 subs. And YouTube shut me down. They would not let me go past 1,140 subs. It was something I did, something I said. They would not let me go past. Now, I carried those 1,100, usually around 1,130 to about 1,135 or so subs for several years. And actually until about 7 to 8 months ago. And if you Googled my Watachi Running Free channel on Google at that time, that my shit, even though I only had 1,130 some subs, there were people all over the world that was fucking talking about my channel, Watachi Running Free. In China, I found a site that, because there's certain places, certain people, whatever it is, have different internet access. Well, on one of these internet accesses that was in China, my channel, my Watachi Running Free channel, was rated top 10 for, what they call it, like, because I was doing live streams and shit back then, but it wasn't podcast. It was like, what do they call it today? These shows where they video families and shit, or real life or whatever shit. But one of my Watachi Running Free channel was top 10 on one of these Chinese sites in China. People all over this world has said they have debunked me. There is still some of them. One of them's in England, one of them's in Russia, that are on Google right now. I never went over 1,140 subs, people. Never went over that. Could you imagine if they would have let me run, and I would have had 500,000 subs or 1 million subs? But YouTube never would let me run, man. I started, but I like everything I did was about the government, against the government, fighting the government, fighting the laws, trying to show that they're not even going by the laws. And but like I said, my son and my nephew got me started on this shit. And when you start down that and actually do real research, I'm not talking about Google. You start down many other things, and once you start down these things, you cannot forget them. You can't wash it. You can't unsee shit. You can't unknow shit. And once I got so far down those rabbit holes, I couldn't go back. I could not go back. So I had to keep going forward. And I heard somebody say the other day, you know, to know this stuff can be depressing. And it is. The farther you go down these holes and the more you know about reality, it can take away a hope. All hope. But only if you let it. You see, they have been lying to us for so long, folks, that you guys all think it's a conspiracy theory if somebody says something, somebody was doing something, a high official or a politician was doing something, and it can't be proved. You say it's a conspiracy theory. Or, JFK was killed by a single shooter. You guys all say that shit's a conspiracy theory because it can't be proven. But then you claim Big Bang Theory, space, gravity, that the Earth is a ball, that Pearl Harbor was a sneak attack. We came from apes. God doesn't exist. Jesus never existed. How many more do I have to go that you say can't be proven? You cannot prove what you believe. You can't prove it. You cannot prove a ball Earth. You cannot prove, and I love this one. I love this one that people in the military and other people. What's that tattoo for? Oh, that tattoo's because I crossed the equator. All right, prove that shit. Because an equator would only exist on a ball. And if you believe you passed across an equator, then you don't have Jesus in your life either. You can believe whatever the military told you when you crossed that equator, or some pilot or some shit. You can believe all that shit you want. I done proved pilots wrong. I proved people that had to walk in, sit your ass down, and look up through a telescope, claim they had photos of the planets that looked just like what NASA took, and they took it from their own telescopes and shit. Couldn't prove any of it, but that's what they claimed. Those are the kind of people that back Satan. Those are the kind of people who back Satan. Because there was no way. I don't care how big your telescope is, you ain't gonna see what NASA told you's up there. Ain't gonna happen. People, I'm gonna end this like this. I've driven around this country, seen a lot of shit. Seen a lot of stupid shit. But these are going to be a couple of things I saw that were signs. Signs on the side of the road. Now I'm driving down through here, down the street somewhere in USA, down a highway or a back way or something, I don't know. But I see a sign, and it says it's our annual penny sale. Annual penny sale. I'm looking, penny. In my lifetime, pennies didn't really buy you a lot since I was 30. And a penny won't buy you even a piece of bubble gum today. But this wasn't just a penny sale. It was their annual penny sale. And this place was a funeral home. And their sign stated, if you die today, you could take a friend with you for only a penny. A funeral home had that sign. If you die today, you could take a friend of yours with you for a penny. Now, what's a better friend than that? This one here, folks, I saw this one in Chicago. Little small airport in Chicago. You know, where they run Cessnas and stuff. No big time commercial jets or nothing. And they had a fence out in front of the main building of this little small airport. They had a damn sign on that fence. It said skydiving. If your chute doesn't open, your next jump is free. Signs, folks. These are signs I seen going down the damn road as a truck driver. And then the last sign, I gotta say, I've seen in more than one place. And it was usually on cardboard and probably a Sharpie to make it. But it said, hell with it. I need meth, and God has nothing to do with it. Might as well be truthful. But I always love the second one. Skydiving. If your chute doesn't open, your next jump's free. That's always going to be true. Because the insurance will make you pay for the next jump. If nothing else. You guys have a good one. Until the next time.